You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, these are the cards that you pulled, and you have listen and loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And in relation to your question, and just looking at your energy, what's showing up for you is that, you're, just allow what's within you, allow that force to guide you and show up. You don't have to mentally control it. You don't have to guide yourself in that, almost like in the human way. Allow your spirit to guide you. You've got a very joyful spirit, and a very charismatic spirit, like people like you, so just allow yourself to be who you are and, go with that. It feels like there could be times when you are questioning the truth around you, loyalties.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a lot of integrity yourself, but you don't really trust what's around you. You don't trust other people easily, which is okay. It's okay to have that filter, but sometimes it jades what is an opportunity for you. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
So in your leadership role, where you're not fully confident yet, but you're excited.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel your excitement, and you want to really do well, and you want to influence people in the highest way. Feel that for yourself, and really own your power. Own who you are. As a person with a lot of integrity, and a lot of energy in your spirit that people really like yourself a little bit more.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that way you're going to line up with those energies. It's going to be easy for you to trust and navigate where you can trust, where it feels safe and where it doesn't. And it's not going to be about, I'm not going to trust this. It's going to be, I'm going to trust the process, even if I'm not supposed to trust this person, or if I'm not supposed to say yes to this opportunity, but I'm supposed to say yes to that one. You'll have a more clear navigation when you're more in touch with that and connected with that in yourself.
Okay.
Okay, and trusting yourself.
Sure.
So, in those leadership roles, it's really about you listening. So just like Han Solo here, the first card you picked, how he was a little bit overconfident in the beginning, right? A little bit cocky and macho. And, he had to soften a little bit so he could hear his own intuition, so he could hear his guidance and then trust it. And then he could act in a way that he was a leader and had people to follow him and trust him.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's where you're at.
Okay.
So your first step is listening, because that'll enforce the trust to come, and you can trust the trust that comes.
Okay.
Okay? So you don't have to worry about the loyalty. Your friend, you have good friends. You have good support system. Allow that to fuel your foundation to launch you into trusting yourself more in the leadership role that you're in.
Okay.
And it'll build your confidence.
Great. Can I ask you a question? Now,
yes.
With the way that you position the cards, where
yes.
Han Solo is up and then R2 is sideways, what does that mean?
So the way that we picked them, so we mixed them up like this.
Right.
And you pointed out a card, you picked out him,
mm-hmm.
and I put it over here. And the way I did it was just intuitively, and I didn't flip it over right away. I kept it face down. And the same with the second card. And you can see how there's a word or a phrase on each side. So there's 4.
Okay.
And they're all facing out. So depending on which way you put them down is
and
the
which
card.
Which way is facing me?
Yeah, so I'm reading listen.
Okay.
And loyal. Because they're facing you. You picked them, and that's the energies coming towards you, for you.
Okay.
Make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
So again, it would have similar energies, because they're the same characters, the same intuitive force,
mm-hmm.
and and energy coming in. But if we had it in a different way, we have feelings also on Han Solo, so this is like the next step, right? After you listen, then what you're feeling, right? Then you can feel it and start to trust your creativity and your intuition. So that would be the second piece. On this one, we flipped it the other way, it would be independent.
Okay.
So on your own, but connected. not alone, right? Independent is about, really being in your own energy and also connected and in the flow on your path with the force within you.
Okay.
So that's an R2D2 energy. But you picked it. What way? Listen. And
Loyal. Okay. That is neat. That's really cool.
Okay.
And
So
it totally makes sense. I mean, it really does.
good.
Yeah.
Good. And, and again, this is a very, as because this goes along with what you're doing for yourself. The deck is very intuitive. You can there's no rules. You can play with this any way you want. I like the freedom of just not having it in a standard format. Like, well, you could drop them and see which ones flip over and what's facing you.
Okay.
It's very free forming. Which is actually where you're going on your path. It's more into a free form and trusting the fallout. Like, well, let's see what shows up over here, and let's see what shows up over here.
So the way that I pick the card, just so I can clarify, is like if I pick this card and you flip it over, whatever is facing towards me is the energy that I'm feeding or that I'm
It's
exuding.
your guidance.
It's my guidance.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's
the guidance, and with the intention of these cards, of course, it's the message and the guidance from the force. And the way we are here, with the force, it's the force within you. May the force, it's not just the force be with you. It's may the force be within you. Connect with that force within you, because then you're connected.
Right.
Right?
It surrounds us, it penetrates us, it binds the universe together.
Yeah.
Okay. That is really cool.
Good.
Really cool. I hope that you do, if you're able to make these and sell these, because I'd love to get a few decks for my friends. I mean,
Cool. We're going to be selling them in the store.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much?
I don't.
Okay.
But
I'll ask.
Yeah, Ann will know.
Okay.
And we'll be making more, and we're going to be adding on to the deck as well.
This is awesome. This is really cool.
Oh, cool!
Thank you so
Yay,
much.
I'm glad you love them.
Thank you.